Oh, hey everybody, we're on the chili bar run, and everybody's working through the training scenarios, and Dane and Phil, and walking them through up here with the different routes and stuff to take. But before we get to that, here's some highlights from Satan Cesspool from yesterday's run. Enjoy that, and then we'll get into the video. Loading up. Loading up.
Everybody hang for a second, guys. It's gonna get to us. Those guys are doing nothing. Alright, so we got a little bit more than what we can carry in the two vans, so we can take, maybe get one rig up there. Is there anybody that when they are done with the day, would just leave from there rather than come back to here?
Well, we're gonna leave at the end. We're gonna leave at the end, Dan.
So we can get moved to something else. Is it comfort or apology? We saw it having a trouble that. What I was about to say is well, we think come down here. We'll pick up everybody here at HLP, right? So it's kind of a little bit further than St. Mark's or Gold, right? But just get out of HLP. I can cover all the costs that way. And nobody's paying anything. There's no vehicles set there or anything. Get y'all back here. Then you're gonna have your barbecue, and either after the barbecue or whatever you want, get you right back up top. You guys, it's on my way. I can make it on my way.
He works from down around, cruising downstream, surf over the waves, chili bar, and work our way down towards the meat grinder. There's a couple good still short spots on the way down. But with meat grinder, we can gather up. We have a couple of options. We can all eddy out above meat grinder, walk down through the brushy trail, and go over scouting and what we look for, what Dane looks for, I look for, Matt looks for if he wants to get involved with it while we scout things, big features, little features, and why we look for them. And then come back up, because with meat grinder, there's the obvious raft line that heads on downstream that most kayakers take as well. But there's also a really good creek boating line that's in there, and I know a lot of you guys are like, and we've talked about how to step up and make cross 3, cross 5 rules, and what to look for, and how to make this river help train you for the next level. And that's a really good spot to do. And so we can go over that, and then run the creek boat run and stuff. Everybody feels good. You know, there's a lot of different features to work on, and you can always ask Dana. I'd say, there's this little micro hole right here. How can I utilize this micro hole to help me switch my direction to go a different way, or to slow me down so I can look downstream? A lot of the things that we do when we start running harder and harder whitewater is utilizing these small features to slow us down, to help look downstream. Dane might drop into a little wave hole and sit there and look downstream, and then he's scouting the next move to work his way down. And those are things that we can help you guys figure out and learn what features look for that stuff.
I remember when I was learning, there were some big people mentoring me, and please just tear a beef grinder up every thing on the right, every little thing. And then back then we had the longer boats, we just send back up.
Yeah, yeah, you can. And if everybody, you know, we'll just see how it feels with the time of this and stuff. But there's a creek boating line in there that I don't think anybody here has ever seen in a Playboy mind.
You're not gonna take the shoot over in the berry vines, are you?
It is over on the left side there.
I know.
Yeah, but the berries aren't there. Yeah.
I meant the real shoot. The
Oh,
actual.
the Coloma ditch?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about on the left there. We used to do that with the long boys and rusty.
But what Dan's talking about is back in the day, the Coloma ditch started up the big grinder. They diverted water out of that and brought it all the way down into Coloma for irrigation. Now they've piped it out like a troublemaker, and it's flowing right now. It flows in the back of my house. It flows all the way through, all the way down around, and it goes back into the
And people have water rights to it.
It's too much money.
Yeah.
Any
Right on.
questions, thoughts, concerns? Okay.
We got like 400 meeting people at Marshall, so we'll just kind of cut off, just tell everyone we're bouncing.
Oh no, dude, it's all or nothing for us. Alright.
You're kind of get bouncing.
Yeah.
I'm not that hip.
Well, Justin, you want to grab the folks for your vehicle, and then we'll hop in the vans and go paddle it.
And here we go.
Morning.
Say cheese, guys.
Cheese.
You'll be on the next YouTube video. See a lot of gigs swinging out there. Not supposed to be swinging, guys. Mind your paddles.
Be ready to get away.
glance down the river. How far does it go? Then I see the bottom. And I see like where they are all down there in the raft. Like, okay, the bottom. That can be a definite gradient. And then you start looking for really big features in the river. You have the big rock island in the river. You have rocks in the middle of the river. And then you work down a little bit, you'll start to see different trees and stuff. The big features become very critical when you strip back the raft. Because I'm going through and you start to think, oh my god, I'm getting lost. You can look, there's the big rock island. Now I know where I am again. And I know what I can start to do. Once you take it down, you start to look at what you want to do. You start off the bottom. And when we're really scouting, we're really looking at big rocks. We're walking oftentimes all the way to the very bottom of the rapid to see what's down there. And then you work your way back up, continue to glance at it, and you work your way back up. What happens, Dave will probably agree with me, that you'll start doing the climb and you work your way back up, walking straight on back to the boat, and hop in. You might have forgotten what's on that in between. You know, it's kind of like going on a hike, and you don't look back where you came from, you'll get lost coming back. So once you grasp the big concept of big feature, you know where the raft is going, you know it's ending out the bottom, you start to look for little things within the line that we want to do. You look at the wave and how it has a nice beat on the ground. You can look at the first section above the rock island, and on the left, you can kind of see a bunch of white water. That's a nice little poro. Why you don't want to go in that. You know, the pump in the middle of the river, and those are all the rocks that are small pieces. Those are all pieces we can start to utilize. Now I know where I am. I'm going, there's the Lost Island. I'm going to work our way around these small pieces. All these small pieces, we have this wave up top, working from right to left. If I need to work my way from right to left, instead of paddling really hard, I might be able to walk in at an angle, paddling the direction that wave is going, and utilize the energy of that wave to cross the river where I need to go. Does that make any sense, right? Anything down right now? The other thing to look for in raft sections are the small eddies that are in the middle. Eddies are our friends all the time. We use them to slow down. They're in the island eddy down there. Like, a lot of people will come into me trying to, when they're learning how to kayak, and it's top them off. Just getting through the rapids, I think. But if you slow the rapid down and break it down into sections, then start to think about moving to the next level. I caught that eddy over there. I'm really catching maybe the rhino rock eddy on the far right. Then you can start to catch another eddy, and that'll start to build for you. On rapids like this, where it's a hard white water, you can break those rapids down as well, and be able to build a harder white water. Something Dane and I do, and other paddlers have to get to a certain skill set. So if the rivers are really hard, then read and run. So instead of getting out and scouting every single drop, you got an eddy on the right. You get downstream and say, there's an eddy on the left. I can make it from here to there. And then get into that eddy, like, here's my next eddy. And you work your way down, and whoever's doing the pro unit, they're working their way down slowly, and then they can show everybody else, yeah, it's really good. Key component to this is when you're committing yourself to reading and running in any eddy, you want to make sure that you know it's that next eddy, there's an escape plan. You get out of the river. Or are you committed, and now it's like, you're going to run something that you might not want to run. It probably happens today. I know it's happened to me, where I'm reading and running, and I get into an eddy, and now I've got nowhere to go. I can't look downstream, and I'm waiting for my friends to get out, walk downstream, and tell me where I can go. So you really have to think about that also. Okay? I think based on time, if you want to walk down deeper into the meat grinder, we can look at the big birdie line. We won't walk all the way to the end. We'll walk right up to the trail here and walk across the creek and go down just a little bit. And that'll give us a good view vantage point on this tree line at the top that goes to the left of this rock island. And then it works out to the middle and we let all these rocks make our way down. The caveat to this, run this area on the left, very rocky, very technical. So don't feel comfortable with that. Use the normal line that you run down the silver bar. Use the normal line, run that down the pine area. Make you comfortable with that, knowing you're going to be there next time, okay? We're all out here to have fun, but within our own scope. The other caveat is, you're coming out of the tree floating line, you can't make it back right. Just stay down the left channel, and stay down the left channel. Don't try to cut back anywhere else in there. Because there's other rocks that can stick you and grab you and keep you there, okay? So, we'll work our way down pretty quick. We're not going to try to put a quick line here. Just sitting with the floating line to show you what the grinder has to offer.
Are you gonna go out to the island rock? Are you gonna go out to the island rock? Are you gonna stop at the island rock? Let these rafts go through.
You snap her real quick.
Just back edge, fell, very.
As long as you snapped up quick.
Yeah, just kind of get that ready. Otherwise, it's gonna be some hot. Oh, the drops right down there.
Being serious. So that was the easy line on Meat Grinder. Just taking it easy today. They're up there looking at the creek boat line, making it a little more harder. Just wasn't feeling it today. I probably could do it, but I just wanted to see the rapids. This is the first time I've seen the rapids, so got a good look at it, and maybe next time we'll do a little more playing in there. There's plenty of stuff to play with. All right. came down the right here.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video the last 2 days. It was a pleasure seeing Dane Jackson and meeting Phil. Couldn't have had a better Father's Day weekend. Couldn't have had a better crew to run with. Spend 2 days with paddling on the American River here in California. And it was awesome. It was awesome. One of the best Father's Day weekends I've had. Long time. Thank you, Dane. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Sage. All of you guys were great. Loved it. Appreciated it. And hope to do it again sometime. So, this is George Williams Sr. And we are signing off for now. And hope to see you on the water. Later.